Hello and welcome to this Bio43 pre-lab video. This is going to be the final video on science writing. This time, the focus is on the title and abstract. These parts of the report don't have their own categories on the rubric, but are important parts of authority and structure/prose. And indeed they are a particularly important part of authority. You have to have a thorough understanding of the experiment and related field to summarize them in an accurate and engaging way with such few words. The title should be concise, a single sentence, and not a run-on sentence with lots of clauses. Something simple and direct. But within this space, you need to be informative, revealing the most important result you found. We're not concerned about spoilers in science writing. The title is also key for attracting an audience. While you will occasionally see cute puns or jokes in titles, particularly in review articles, this is really about being clear and direct enough that someone looking for this sort of information can tell your paper is relevant to them. Think about the times that you've needed to search the scientific literature. What sorts of titles made you want to click and see more? Then there's the abstract. The next thing the audience will read if the title grabs their attention. The abstract is essentially the entire paper in miniature. It includes elements of all the sections of the paper that follow, though the audience shouldn't have to read those other parts to understand it. The abstract should establish the big picture and your objective or hypothesis, as in the introduction, though you don't cite sources in the abstract. It should touch on the methods, letting the reader know the general experimental approach. It should share the most important results, and it should address the central conclusions and their significance, as in the discussion. You will sometimes see abstracts broken up into multiple subsections, but the single paragraph approach is more common, and that's what we do in Intro Bio Lab. That's a lot to cover in the abstract, and you need to accomplish this in very few words, typically fewer than 250. This means you only have 1 to 3 sentences to address each of the points listed here. You need to put a lot of thought into what you want to include and what you can cut. Think about how you can express an idea in as few words as possible while still being clear and accurate. So even though these are the first sections of the paper most people will read, these are typically the last to be written. You need to have really thought about every part of the paper to write a good title and abstract. That will do it for this last video on scientific writing. As always, remember that your writing guide and rubric are key resources you should be referencing while you write. See you next time!